associate myself with Daria, your comments about passion, because I, over the years, I've developed uh, what I believe is sort of a calm personality. But when I was younger, and in fact not that long ago, and still to this day, if I come to believe something is really true, and particularly if I believe other people need to know what I've just learned or learned to appreciate, I become really passionate. And I think, Julia, maybe you've seen it once or twice. And I'm reminded of a comment a really good colleague of mine said to me 20 years ago when I was at the CIA and become really passionate about something. And I'm in his office telling him this with great passion. And he listens to me. And then his only comment at the end was, Carmen, you're really scary when you get like this. And I was like, okay. I mean, it was good feedback because I didn't know, I didn't appreciate that his, and he knew me. We've been together since our entry into the organization, so he knew me very well. But I guess apparently he had never seen me in full passion until that moment. And so he said, "Well, you're very scary." And of course, if you scare people, it's very hard to communicate with them.
Well, he was scared. I mean, I think it would have been more accurate to say, I'm scared. Because I feel like that feedback is not quite accurate to say you're scary, because there are plenty of people who wouldn't be scared by that.
Well, I think that's a fair point, but he's probably not alone. I don't think he's not the only person. And I
Did
that
it
that
discourage you from being passionate? I don't think so.
No, it didn't discourage me at all. It was just a useful moment of feedback. I was like,
Uh,
oh, he found that scary. So maybe I need
what
to
do you
keep
think
that
is
in mind.
scary about that? Do you think people feel that if you're passionate, you have more power? Do you think it's about power? What do you think? What do you think? Does anyone know? Does anyone? Because I can't relate to that being scared of someone being passionate. I actually have no idea what he's talking about. So I'm just like, what? So what do you think he was feeling?
Daria or Jacob? Jacob,
Or
right?
Josh?
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh,
People call him
sorry.
Jacob all the
Jacob.
time.
All the
Jacob,
time.
that's the last name. That's right. Yeah, we're part of the last name. Yeah.
I mean, you probably have a particular insight into this because
I,
you've seen
yeah,
them
yeah.
both.
No, well, right. Well, it's what comes to mind is like I mean, this is kind of even a little into our personal dynamic, but like, I, sometimes like really big energy is difficult for me to be around.
Interesting.
And it's different. Like, obviously, you want to hear. I mean, usually when people are passionate about something, it's infectious, But I guess maybe for some people, especially maybe when it goes like 0 to 60 very quickly, just um, yeah, I just had that insight vis-a-vis Daria, I don't know, a month or month and a half
Mhm.
ago that like, there's just something kind of unconscious level of discomfort, like when she's really in her full, in certain expressions of her fuller, big energy, that can, it's like, okay, it's a little too much, right? And there's a gender dynamic with that
Yes, of course.
as well, I think, and because in certain and sometimes I can like shift into a deeper grounded place, and or oftentimes actually, and then she can just be in the fullness of her being. That's kind of the ideal, and I can just be there receiving it in my grounded place, but it's kind of like this, yeah, it's like a smaller part of me, uh, that is like, yeah, it's little too much. It's like a little, and so that might have been what was going on for that guy. And he was a guy, right?
Yes, he was a guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's some kind of, I mean, I'm CIA 20 years ago, like I'm assuming that the gender dynamics were not quite at perfect parity yet.
And now they are.
And I'm sure now they are, but